I would say the toxicity in Zach and Fatima's relationship. Look, Zach, I love you.
Oh my God, what did I do now? You start with you love me, with you leaving?
I feel like our community has normalized toxic love.
Woo-wee. Oh, wow, man. Look, Crystal done set off the fan base. And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I do not disagree with a single word that came out of her mouth. Now, America and Black, I have not watched the entire segment with Sistas. Now, I remember a few weeks ago, Deval and Kadeen had a segment on there, and I didn't see it. Look, I don't even know what this show is. Okay, is this like a, I guess after episode thing? Once the episode is over, they air it. I don't know, but I do know that it is very likely they'll post it on YouTube because that's what they did with DeVal and his wife, and I saw it there. So once the entire Sisters segment is available, I'll watch it. And if there are any gems in there or anything, in particular that I felt like, okay, I want to elaborate on it, I'll do a video. But I didn't want to take this one little segment out of context, but the fact that it's getting some traction, and I posted it online myself because I knew it would ruffle feathers, because it would kind of open. I mean, look, let's be real here. Let's be real here. For as many of us, including myself, that have and still call Karen delusional, you gotta admit there are some Zatima, more specifically Fatima fans, who are hella delusional themselves, thinking that for whatever reason Zach and Fatima have the perfect couple, relationship goals. And the thing is, I feel like because Zach and Fatima, despite the turmoil they have going on, they are arguably, if not, the majority rules, the most popular and most, I guess you could say, the most popular relationship in the show that most people would pick over anything else, like Andy, Gary, Danny, Preston. And look, it's not like you don't like Preston, but it's the fact, like, okay, if you want the relationship, that means one of you has to be acting like Danny and the other one has to be like Preston, or Aaron and Karen. Now, funny enough, remember last week when I posted all my videos very early because I said, you know what, Sisters and the Oval didn't give me a lot to work with. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to get all my videos up. So I think by the 1st, which was Friday, I had all my videos posted, which was why there was like, a 3-day gap between, my most recent uploads yesterday and then the latest uploads, which were Friday. I said I'll use the weekend, to work on some stuff, eBay and some house stuff, because I'll mention this in a live stream tonight, but Monday, the guy came out there and we got all the stumps out. So yeah, I've been busy with that kind of stuff. But I was actually working on the outline of a video. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a banger, but it has to wait until after the Sisters season or mid-season finale next week, because it's like, okay, that's 2 full weeks of March without any Sisters or Zatima content. So I need something to kind of fill in the gap. Plus, I want to wait until the next 2 episodes air to really see if Zach and Fatima do anything that could, either add to the toxicity or perhaps some more loving moments to show that these two are meant for each other. But the video I was going to do was going to be titled something to the effect of, how toxic is Zach and Fatima's relationship, or is Zatima toxic, one or the other? I think the first title works better. Sure, Zatima in the title does numbers, but I want it to be as specific as possible. Like, forget about Zatima for a moment and let's just talk about the individual units who make up the pairing that is Zatima. And yeah, I think that these two are toxic. And then the fact that Crystal talks about how it's normalized to have a toxic relationship, I felt like that was kind of a nod to the fans. Like, for as many people who love and admire Zatima, hey, kind of take off your rose colored glasses. Well, not even rose, but take off the chocolate colored, shaded glasses, because, hey, black love, y'all. Look at the relationship and you'll see it's toxic as hell. And that goes for the Fatima fanatics too. She ain't perfect. I mean, look at like Zatima when she went to Dr. Reed. Oh, no, I'm fine. The problem is him. Zach, all the issues are him. And then, yeah, Zach has a lot of baggage. He can be disrespectful. He can be inconsiderate. But at the same time, it's like the video I did last week. Look, for as inconsiderate as Zach is towards Fatima sometimes, let us not forget she was the same way too. I think if we want to talk pure toxicity, season 5 is where it really started. But, when you look at the video I'm going to do, which it is going to be pretty extensive. I don't want it to be like an hour and a half long. I don't want it to be the entire history of Zach and Fatima's toxic relationship. What I want to do is, use clips. Well, of course, within copyright reason. So very short clips and talk. I actually have some friends who are, therapists / counselors, and I want to kind of discuss with them, their thoughts on what a toxic relationship is. Yeah, I can do some quick Google searches, but I want to be as thorough as possible because, toxic, triggered are just a couple of the, many words that are just thrown around nowadays without, the real context behind it. Like maybe something really isn't toxic. Maybe it's the fact that, maybe you didn't get your way once and now you feel like your entire relationship is in shambles. But I think that the video, I'll do like a brief history of how these two got together, the honeymoon phase, but then, I'll really highlight some of the biggest pieces of evidence showing that Zach and Fatima are toxic. Because as much as you can call them the modern day Martin and Gina, you got to look at the fact that that relationship is, look, don't get me wrong, Martin is still a classic, it really is, but when you look at the dynamic of that relationship, Martin was mainly just a man-child, insecure, misogynistic, and I mean, as beautiful as it was to see them as a couple, and no, you could tell it probably wouldn't last. And I mean, given the fact that, let's just omit the behind the scenes drama between those two actors, that the relationship itself, yeah, they did love each other, but the question was, are they really good for each other? Now, I can't wait to dive into this like dissertation of a video I have planned in a couple of weeks, but just know that, yeah, I agree with Crystal that the toxicity is there. It should not be ignored. But when I say it shouldn't be ignored, I really want to specify that from both sides, there is different levels of being toxic. And when you bring them together, man, there's one line in particular from Fatima. I forgot the exact episode, but I did do a video covering it. I can't remember if I did a video or a short, but season 6, the episode where Jordan was too nervous to call Andy, and then when he finally did, she's on the phone playing them damn games. Like, oh, I actually can't go out tonight, I'm busy. And then Fatima took the phone and then arranged a schedule for it. And then the conversation shifted gears because Fatima was like, look, you need to stop playing these games because, you can have a good man and, you'll lose him by thinking that it's fun to play, phone tag and this, that, and the third. But then she mentions something to the effect of, I know I found my man. And then, well, Fatima, how can you be okay with all the drama, the baby mama stuff? And then she says something, and I'm going to misquote her, unfortunately, because I can't remember the exact quote. But she says something to the effect of, well, I love my man, and I mean, it's better than being alone. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know about all that, Fatima. Like, all the drama and all that crap, you rather settle because it's better than being alone instead of finding someone better? I don't know. But yeah, like I said, wait until I do the full video. But I agree with Crystal that there is a certain level of toxicity to this relationship. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next video.